So, John, I know we're starting a little
Hi,
bit.
Nick.
Hi. So I know we're starting a little bit later than normal because, you know, the very nice gentleman that runs the Vehicle Nanny, Mr. Bill Taylor,
Bill.
on Friday bought us some coffee, and we had to actually go out and physically get our coffee.
I will tell you, A, it's delicious.
Ooh.
And B, I put it in my
your
my
Camelback?
stainless steel mug.
Is that a Camelback?
No, it is a I'm glad you asked that because I can't see it. It is a Contigo.
Okay.
And I like it, and I'll tell you why I like this, and I can even show you this, and even our listeners, viewers can see this.
The viewers, yeah.
It's a push button that releases the opening, and so if I accidentally spill it, it dumps over and nothing happens. So it's pretty awesome. And
Nice.
I'm not that I'm clumsy, but I'm pretty clumsy.
You are pretty clumsy. So when I went up to get the money down, or not to get the money down from buy us a cup of coffee, because that goes into our PayPal account.
Yep.
But when I went up to thank Bill for buying us a cup of coffee, I went in and I noticed something new inside of buy us a cup of coffee.
What's that?
They
Cream?
are, well, yeah, a lot of cream. It's putting the cream on top.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they actually are starting to build the entire program to be a little bit more like Patreon, so we can actually put rewards in there, and
cool.
we can and you can actually put the podcast up there, so you can get a paying membership to get more stuff. So I just, you and I will have to talk about that offline, because I know that would be a horrible conversation to have. Not that a PoddiMouths conversation is ever really truly that good.
It's wrong. It's all
very
wrong.
wrong. It's very wrong. So I already drank my coffee. Otherwise I'd show you, but I had a, they make a honey flat white at Starbucks, which is really, really good, except I do it with, it's a honey flat white with coconut milk.
I went to college with her.
Honey flat white?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't really have to tell you anything else about her, do I?
Not really. No.
Her name was very descriptive.
Very descriptive. Very descriptive. So anyway, we have viewers, which is really cool, which is why I decided to wear this hat. John, you mentioned my hat earlier. Can y'all read it?
Never underestimate a cubic.
That's right. What did you call my grandmother-in-law?
A cubic yard.
Cubic yard. That's another story. But what did you call my? She's my grandmother-in-law.
Why would I call your Gmail?
My Gmail. Yeah. My Gmail.
I opened up a Gmail account.
We also refer to her as my girlfriend in this house. So that's what my wife and because she lives in Cape Girardeau, which is one of the places where I have a store that I go visit. So whenever I go and visit her. Nice. So I, as the grandson-in-law, actually visit her quite often. More than a lot of other people that don't live anywhere. Most of us don't live anywhere near Cape.
Let's get back to they call her my girlfriend, because
they call her my girlfriend.
I'm a little creeped out here. Your grandmother-in-law is your girlfriend.
Yep. Yeah, my 90-year-old grandmother-in-law.
And your wife's okay with that?
Uh-huh. Well, why not? It's Feifei.
Yeah,
it's just because I talk to her more often than most. So
I understand. Well, that's very nice that you do that. And you have. Does she come to visit? Does she travel much?
No, she doesn't travel anymore.
Yep. Okay.
No.
And but you get to see her how often?
I try. During COVID, it's been a little bit more difficult, but I try to get there at least once a month. Nice. And I'll be going there next week, but I'm not going to be able to stop and see her. And that's always tough, but I'm not even staying. I purposely tried to schedule everything in that general area so I can stay at the hotel in Cape a couple of nights. So I'll be able to go spend an afternoon or an evening with her and get her some fried chicken or something. She loves her fried chicken.
Nice. Where do you go for the fried chicken?
For her, it's see, if it were me, it would be some fancy place downtown Cape, because they've got some really good restaurants with fried chicken. But for her, it's Popeyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she loves her some Popeyes.
That's awesome.
Which is not my first choice. Mine would be KFC if I was going fast food.
Oh, golly. Oh, good golly.
I like KFC. What's wrong with KFC?
I guess it's just been a long time since I've eaten it, and my recollection of KFC is the old bucket, and let's just say it was a little not dry.
Never dry. It's always greasy. Yes. If you eat, that's how you grease your innards.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I didn't know that was a requirement in the Nashville area.
It's a requirement when you've got my belly.
I need to. Hey, honey, I'll be upstairs greasing my innards.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet that. Yeah.
It's the opposite of Imodium.
Imodium.
See, Imodium. Some people say they have the same effect with Taco Bell. I don't have that problem with Taco Bell, but I do go to actually the worst one for me. It doesn't matter what I eat there. The only thing I've ever had at this place that hasn't caused me to go to the bathroom at least 10 minutes later is their coffee. And that would be the God Chicken place itself. And what is it? I can't, it's the one with the cow that says eat more chicken.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Thank you. Why did that name just out of my head? You need like 4 dings because I mentioned like other restaurants.
I did them just silently because greasy.
Silent ding. You should show people your dinger.
No.
They can see your dinger.
Oh, you mean that? Okay.
Not your donger. Aw.
Isn't that cute?
It's so cute.
It makes me smile when I hit it.
Well, okay.
No, actually, I looked at it, and before I bought it, I said, I'd hit that. And so that's why I got it.
That's why you got it.
So that's cool. The chicken. Oh, can I do a quick interjection?
Yeah.
On the fried chicken thing. I found a recipe. I think it's meatchurch, oneword.com. Meat Church, MEATCHURCH.
Okay.
It's kind of an interesting concept. It's I won't go into great detail. You can go to the website and see it, but they have YouTube videos, and they showed one of them was making the Nashville fried chicken.
Hot chicken?
Yep. And so I gave it a try, and I blew it up because I didn't do it well, and I wanted to bake it instead of fry it. I don't,
yeah.
And that didn't work, and so you just have to go a different route. Anyway, it was a good try. The seasoning I used, while hot and nice, was way too salty.
Yeah, hot chicken tends to be a little bit more salty than.
But this was stupid salty.
Stupid salty.
Yeah. But I loaded it up with pickles and managed to eat it. It just blew up a little bit. It was not.
Have you ever had real Nashville hot chicken?
I have. I think. I guess I thought it was you, but maybe not.
Were you with you, me, Steven, and was it Chris?
I thought we went one place. Yeah, that sounds familiar. That it was that group of guys. But we had it in one time when we were in Nashville, and as I recall, it was great. I didn't remember all the pickles though, and I love pickles.
Yeah, it depends on where you go. So Prince's hot chicken is the original in Nashville, supposedly. And the one that's really popular now and is branching out quite a bit, more of a I don't know if they're franchising or if they're just growing. And that is Hattie B's. That's the one that most people see as Hattie B's because that's, like I said, it's commercialized. And it's, they have the really fancy restaurants. And then, of course, there are other local area restaurants that just have hot chicken on the menu. What was the one that we went to? It was the one that we went to was a hot chicken and fish place in East Nashville.
Right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Which was good. It was good. But so hot chicken. Yeah, you really, I have not been able to find Nashville hot chicken outside of Nashville that was any good compared to what they actually have here.
Well, I made notes on as I was running through the recipe, so I'm hoping I can give it another try.
Yeah,
I tried it to start with. Okay, this is just me being an idiot. Tried it with thighs.
Okay,
chicken thighs because it's a recommendation because thighs are a little fattier and fat is flavor and yada yada. The recipe, one of them that I looked at, and I kind of combined two, called for breasts and to be sliced the long way, and you kind of got to pound them out, and it's just quite a process. I would probably go with breasts next time. The thighs I made, they came in a package, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I
Mhm.
opened it up. They were bone in.
Oh,
So I had already had them. I'm, doing the dip and breading and it's got the dang bone in it. So I had to take it out, and I just whatever. It just pissed me off. That was just one of a litany of errors I made. So anyway, you learn from it, and I may give it another shot, but it'll be a lot less salty, I'll tell you
a lot less. That's good. That's
Yes.
good.
So anyway.
I'm sorry, I was writing down because that's going to be one of the titles: Nashville hot chicken breasts.
Okay, so when you see the titles, and I laugh at them, and it's not because I write them, it's because Nick writes them. So viewers and listeners, if you check out the titles and you're entertained by them as I am, and
Well,
they're
that's
seldom misspelled anymore. You used to misspell all of them. I think
I
that was on
did.
purpose. Yeah. Look at some of the earlier ones. I'll look them up and we can correct them. But I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm
There were a
trying to think.
couple.
No, I know. So I will admit to having an issue with
You have
when and
apostrophe issues.
exactly.
I know.
Yes.
Yes.
And so I know that there are a few in there that I put the apostrophe in when I shouldn't have.
Other than that, most of them are, and the creativity of what you use, it makes us sound so much better than we really are.
Right? Well, that's the point. Two
I
things. One, I
know.
wanted to make it sound better than we are, and two, I always want to make you giggle. So
Well,
you're my only audience when I build those titles.
I know. It's not that tough to make me giggle. You know that.
Right. The
Like
only and
that.
which is
sort of
really
thing?
funny because still to this day, out of 100, and I think this will be 112 episodes, the one episode that still has the most listens was the one with one word. Moo.
That was pretty good one.
That's
And
it. And it has a couple hundred listens, a
that's
couple hundred
awesome.
downloads,
That's awesome.
which still, guys, we're only in the hundreds. We're not in the thousands yet that we hope to be in 3 years.
We need to be in the thousands. And so,
Help us get to 1,000
yeah,
downloads,
that's a
please.
message that we need to send out. That
Yeah.
would be great because you know what? I want, as many times as you have mentioned Dax Shepard, I
Mhm.
want him to mention us. Hey, if you haven't listened to the PoddiMouths.
Well, I want either Dax Shepard. Actually, you know who would be even greater? Would be if
Oh, here we go. You're going to space out. People, do not adjust your set. This is how we
Joe Rogan. That's what I was going for. Joe Rogan would
Okay.
mention our podcast. I don't know what it is. That's what happens on Saturday morning. I guess I need another cup of coffee.
Well,
there's too much
you
sugar in the coffee that I
should
had, I
have
guess.
gotten to Bill. Call him. Bill, we need another cup of coffee.
Be careful. He'll probably do that.
He probably would. That's why I would never do it because he's that nice.
And actually, what exactly did he put in there? I'm going to have to look it up. So you're going to have to do
What did he put in your coffee? I would guess whiskey.
Yes,
if I had to guess.
in my coffee. Exactly. No, it was coffee. Because he said something very nice, and he used our
proper names.
Subject contains coffee. PoddiMouths podcast. No,
so you can, while you're searching for it.
Yes.
The back story behind this is that I have pretty much jumped off all social media sites. I shouldn't say that. I've jumped off most of them, from Facebook to Twitter to those are really the main ones. And so I don't really follow stuff like that anymore. And I'm thankful for it, especially with COVID going on. It's like, it's changed everybody's rules, it feels like. So anyway, so Nick has to inform me anytime we get a notification on Facebook and it's kind of cool because he'll call and he'll just go ding. And it's my notification bell. It's actually Nick.
Yeah, it is me.
It's my
always.
Nickification.
Nickification.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
I'm having keep filling because I'm having trouble finding it.
So the ones I kept, YouTube, and I'm not proud of that.
You should be.
I'm just kidding. I like YouTube. And Instagram.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just scroll through Instagram. I mean, I really do. I don't post. I hardly ever post. And I don't know. Any of you, your call. Let us know what your favorites are. Twitter is look. No offense, if you're a Twitter fan. Twitter to me is a cesspool. And it's only because, well, it's a
No, it
virtual
is.
cesspool, because you have people who truly their only opinion is aimed at bringing other people down. And it's just sad. It's kind of anyway, so I had to get out of there. Facebook was becoming a little bit like that. But the other thing about Facebook, not unlike Google and some of the other providers, is the tracking. That to me is the
scary part.
It is. It's scary. It's not a privacy issue as much for me as it is for some people, but and if you're not in the digital marketplace, you probably don't know, or you might, that cookies, third-party cookies in particular, are going away, estimated to be next year, and it's really impacting our company, and not necessarily in a bad way. It's just that Apple's sort of leading the charge because they have nothing to lose. So it's kind of funny, actually. They hold themselves up as, we are purveyors of privacy, and so Apple does this, but they don't care. Well, I mean, it doesn't change their business model at all. Google, it changes their business model dramatically, and therefore ours, and probably about 1.5 million other companies too, instantaneously will be changed. So anyway, it's kind of the, with cookies going away, some people hate cookies. I like it because it customizes my experience from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah.
And so it's not a bad thing.
Hard. I'm torn both ways because I can understand the privacy issue, but at the same time, I really do like all the personalized stuff that I get because of them. So,
and I just clear out my cache,
exactly.
When I'm done with cookies, I'll just clear them out.
I don't remember which browser still allows me to do it, because one of them does it automatically, but I think you can in Chrome. When you close the browser, it clears all your cookies.
That's an option. That's a setting.
And I have that set up. So anyway, Vehicle Nanny Bill Taylor, he bought 2 coffees, and he said, your latest coffee discussion really energized me. You might say it was not equal to any others. It was Splenda.
Bill is, you know what? I wish I could
he's a wordsmith.
I wish I could get him to meet an old friend of mine, Chuck, used to work at General Motors and had a part in designing the H2 Hummer. And just one of the nicest guys. He, like Bill, they're both kings of puns. And Bill
say they're punny?
Bill is pun hilarious. He is, very thoughtful. He really comes up with some that make me laugh, and I try to do the same, and I'm sure he just chortles. He doesn't laugh when I do mine. But anyway, yes, he's a punny guy.
He is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just think that I think if there is, no one is his equal.
No, I just enjoy anytime he.
No one is his equal.
I know, I caught that.
You did not. You would have to say it if you catch it.
I responded to him on Facebook and said, now I got to go back to that because I closed it because you were being a shit.
I'm sorry.
I said, thank you, Vehicle Nanny, for our coffee. You are Splenda as well. Mine was a sappy
stole
one.
His pun.
I did. No, I played up his pun because I wanted to highlight his genius on our Facebook page. By the way, if you all would like to see his punniness in its glory, head up to our Facebook page and check out the post that I put up there thanking him. And it also links back to buy us a cup of coffee. So if you'd like to hear more and you'd like to hear your name dragged through the proverbial coffee grind mud, then people can see you now. Remember all those faces that you make. I'm glad I'm not the only one seeing this anymore.
I do not make faces. I just thought of something funny.
Yeah, my face.
I wasn't laughing at you.
Wow. So let's. I want to go back. First of all, I want to thank Bill once again because I don't think I actually thanked him. Thank you very Bill. Much for our coffee. Very much appreciated. And we'll keep our coffee talk going as much as possible. But instead of talking about coffee, I want to talk about something that happened this week, Mr. John.
Okay.
Because this past Wednesday was officially St. Patty's Day.
Was.
Did you do anything special on St. Patty's Day?
I flew home.
Nice.
So yes.
Was anyone on the flight green?
There were several people that had green shirts, and I'm sure they're from something, and they just said lucky at the top, and there was something underneath that I didn't look at.
Nice.
One lady's in particular, I spent quite a good amount of time looking at hers. Said, yeah.
Must not have been with Lisa.
Just kidding. No, I did not.
Wow. Now I'm going to have to put that up in our t-shirt store.
There were probably 4 or 5 people on the 2 planes I was on that had green shirts on, but that's really it. Yeah, I didn't have any green beer or anything like that. Did you?
I didn't send a picture to you. I did have a green beer though. After I had the cocktail that I sent you a picture of.
Yes.
Now, there's definitely no correlation between the Queen and Ireland. And I did not drink it because it was the Queen and it was St. Patty's Day, which is an Irish holiday, even though there is some connection there. We won't go into that, but because this is supposed to be an uplifting and fun podcast, not a depressing historical drama.
Not make it depressing.
Yeah, let's not make it depressing. But I had gone to the liquor store to get, which is a complete and absolute lie. I went to the liquor store on Drizzly and ordered it, so it came to my house.
Oh, okay.
I know, because I'm a lazy ass. But true. We'll go with that. I saw on a program, I think it was probably on YouTube, because first of all, I have found, and I may have mentioned before, a really funny series of videos called Try It or Trying It or something like that. And it's every episode is Irish people try whatever they're trying.
Yeah, you mentioned that, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Freaking hilarious. Yeah, so anyway, I stumbled on that because I found another one with one of the characters in that particular group who has a show on YouTube where she makes drinks. She's not a bartender. She makes drinks at home so she can teach people how to make certain cocktails at home. And one of the drinks that she had mentioned was the Queen's cocktail, which is gin and Dubonnet. It's D-U-B. I can't even remember how to spell it. I don't know if it's
T, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 2 B's or not. I don't remember. Anyway, which is Dubonnet is an aperitif wine, which is similar to an aperitif wine, for those who don't know, is the same as vermouth. So sweet vermouth or dry vermouth. This doesn't taste anything like vermouth, but it is from that same vein. So it's a wine.
They are wines, correct?
Yes. And this one actually tastes a bit more like port.
Oh,
so I think it is sweeter. So you could probably get away with using it as a port or using port in this drink if you don't have access to Dubonnet. My liquor store actually has not one bottle, but one brand of Dubonnet. So that's what I used. Okay. It's 2 ounces of Dubonnet and 1 ounce of dry gin. I chose to go with Aviator gin, but most of the recipes call for Beefeater. So I tried it, and you're supposed to put an orange or a lemon round in it, I guess, as a decoration, but it was really, really good. And it's probably one of my new upcoming favorite summer cocktails.
So I would have, and my normal inclination as you're describing it would be to do 2 ounces of gin and 1 ounce of Dubonnet.
That would be my inclination too. And now Jen has been on a chocolate martini kick, and we actually looked up a specific recipe that I thought she would like, and I got rid of the picture that I sent you. And her chocolate martini is 1.5 ounces of
cream de cocoa.
Yeah, cream de cacao. Or cream de cocoa. Cacao. And also 1.5 ounces of Not Bailey's. No, not Bailey's.
Kahlua?
Godiva.
Okay.
So it's 1.5 ounces of cream of cacao, 1.5 ounces of Godiva, and then 1/2 ounce of vodka. Yeah. So because we are on video now and everyone can see, that's what I sent John. And that's what the drink looks. It kind of looks ugly there because it doesn't have. Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
And aviation, which is, my favorite. One of my favorite. Second favorite gin. First favorite is Hendrick's. But that definitely would not go well with that because Hendrick's is a very floral.
Ginny.
It is ginny.
Piney.
No. Try again.
No, I know what it is.
It's cucumber.
Oh, what?
It's a cucumber gin. Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes you can get gift packs. The last gift pack I got from somebody with a Hendrick's bottle of gin, and it comes with a little device that you put your cucumber in and you twist it, and it makes twists for the drink of cucumber because you're supposed to put that in and sip the gin that way.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything after you said a little device you put your cucumber in. I really
yes. And we will demonstrate that here on the PoddiMouths podcast.
No, we will. Let's see. I don't have a cucumber. What can I use instead?
Wow. Just wow.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. I have, we should go through you know what? Since we're on camera these days, we should do an episode where we go through our liquor cabinets. That would be fun.
Okay. I tell you what. So we use a company called Squadcast. For any of those out there who are thinking about starting a podcast, I really do like this system. It's not cheap, but it's really, really good. And it now allows us to do video, which is something that John and I looked into when we chose this platform. One of the reasons we chose it was because it was coming, and we knew with the audio quality, the video quality had to be very, very similar. And we didn't get a lot of the that we were getting with some of the other.
If we do it now, it's our own fault.
Exactly. Because or we can't remember what words, words just do not come out of our mouth.
Yes, we struggle with that a lot, don't we?
Yeah. So yes, we do. Very me more than you. Squadcast is not mobile friendly right now, so we can only do it using our desktop. So John, I agree with you, and I say that is a fantastic idea. But I do know that the next item Squadcast is working on after launching the video is a mobile platform.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yes.
How about a tablet?
No, because that's still considered technically mobile.
But it's not. If you open up the desktop,
it has more to do with the auxiliary plugs than it has to do with anything else.
Because it doesn't have video.
Oh, you want but it doesn't work the same because the video quality, video and audio quality would be.
Let's go old school.
We could make it up. Well, I have the ability to edit, so we could just insert photos. So, by the way, we will get better at the video, just like. And speaking of John, you'll find this story funny.
I will wear makeup next time.
You should wear makeup. Good,
totally unprepared.
Well, see, one thing about Saturdays that I love is Saturdays and Sundays. I don't shave because I hate to shave. I hate shaving, but I hate having a beard. So
you are.
I haven't shaved, but now if we keep doing these on Saturdays, I'm gonna have to start shaving.
Yeah, I don't care.
Neither
I think you'll look exactly the same whether you shave or not.
Probably.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. But
I
anyway,
not like I'm calling
not to get
anything different.
Too technical, but when they go, I think it would be a good idea when they fix get the mobile app going and we can actually do it that way. I think that would be fun.
That would be a good time. We'll do some. We can do lots of stuff. We can do Harley rides. Speaking of which, plugged in the Harley today.
Your electric Harley?
It's not electric. No, that is it's a come on.
You've got my disease. It's rubbing off on you.
You have to stop doing that. It's a Trickle charger. Dick Trickle. He was a race car driver.
I know who Dick Trickle
I would
was.
change my name, wouldn't you?
No.
Because it sounds like you should go to the doctor.
That's just good marketing right there.
Probably.
You're not going to forget it. Doesn't matter if it's negative. People remember. You remember it.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess I do. It is kind of an interesting name.
It is an
But
interesting
I
name.
would change it. I have a friend whose
Named Dick
name is
Trickle?
no close, Dick
Oh.
Whistler.
Oh.
Would you change that?
Yeah, that one might be, if you're not trying to be famous, then
Well,
maybe it'd
maybe
be a
he
good
is.
idea.
I don't want to assume that he's not. And a very nice man. We used to go to the same church, but I had a hard time not
Yeah. It's hard.
smiling
Yeah, I
a little
wouldn't.
bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, please don't say it's
Changing
hard.
the subject right
Yes,
now.
please. Forgive me.
This is because I'm not a huge motorcycle rider or
Yep.
enthusiast or anything like that, but this came up on Bring a Trailer today, and this would be the kind of motorcycle I would want to buy.
Tell everybody what Bring a Trailer is. So it's like a cafe. Is that I can't tell what it is. It looks like
It's a Triumph.
a Triumph. Okay.
Yep.
What
Triumph
year?
TR. It's 69.
Okay.
A Triumph
It's a
TR6C
cool looking bike,
trophy.
and it's a bike that you would expect to see somebody like Keanu Reeves on in Hollywood.
I think he actually has
He
one.
probably does have one. Yeah, it's a good looking bike.
Because he owns a motorcycle company.
Oh, does he?
Did you not know that? Yeah, he
did not
does.
know that.
He owns. I don't think he does the customizing, but he owns a company that does extreme customizations to motorcycles.
I have heard really good things about him. Just being a nice guy, regular guy, and you know what? I like that. There are people.
It could be true, or it could be a really good PR company.
Well, maybe it is, but either way, it's working.
Yeah,
I've more than just myself have heard that. I think more than just myself, more than just I have heard that before.
I can tell.
Anyway, I could tell.
All right, I want to go back to something else you had mentioned because that's
you're
what we
really
do, is
driving today. I like.
I am driving. It must be the video.
This. I know the new Nick.
Never underestimate a cubic. But that's where I'm going with this, because one other thing I'm doing a lot, I've noticed now that I know the video's on, is I'm pointing with my pen a lot.
I noticed that too. We're all.
I don't usually do that. Usually my hands are in my lap.
Assuming
insert joke here, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like holding a pen.
Yeah,
anyway,
it was too easy. It was too easy.
Anyway,
cucumbers and all.
Whatever.
Anyway, never underestimate a cubic. The thank you notes from our wedding.
Yes.
It was a picture of my wife's feet and my feet together.
Okay.
And it said, spelled this way, because that's how you pronounce it, 4 cubic feet of thanks.
Well, that's cute.
Wasn't it, though? That was my idea.
Surprise.
What? I have driven John to silence.
Oh, I was only silent for a half a millisecond.
It's hard now, because here's the problem with silence like that.
Yes.
Or silence like I cause a lot because I'm thinking of words.
Yes.
Now that we have video, I can't cut that out.
Well, you can. We'll just be herky-jerky. Why was John on the other side of the room? Because Nick cut out something.
That also brings me to another thing that I have. So I started school as a film major. And the first
is that like a band major? You hold
very similar, but a film major. 2.5 years in college, I was a film major. So we took video classes, photography classes, film production classes, and it was just beaten into our head. You never do jump cuts. And I was an editor, so that was kind of my special. Editor and producer those were my 2 areas of specialty. And it was just beaten into your head. Do not do jump cuts. If you can avoid a jump cut, or if you have to do a jump cut, you fill it, or you layer over it to make sure you go to one scene and then back or one image back to another, so on and so forth.
For our audience, what is a jump cut?
A jump cut is if let's say my head's over here, and then instead of watching me bring my head over here, my head goes from here and then automatically appears over here. So it's literally taking one image,
cutting
and then just cutting a section out and smashing it together.
Yep.
That's basically a jump cut.
Okay.
In the most basic terms. So I've been taught not to ever do that. But now if you watch YouTube, everybody does it. It's become part of the system of how people actually do editing now. And it goes against every fiber of my being to do that, even though no one cares. Nobody cares anymore. Everyone expects it.
Well,
unless you're watching a drama.
everything has changed. YouTube has changed everything
Yes,
when
it
it
has.
comes to publishing and just everything. How you do things, how you do cuts, and I'm just amazed when I see some of the stuff. And like with you, I've been in professional video environments for a long time, and some of the stuff you just kind of really,
Yeah.
but
They're making that choice? Really?
and they did, and they
Yeah,
do,
there they
and
go.
it's got a 500,000 views. We go,
Mhm.
damn it! Hey, we had 100 downloads of Poddimouths, so I laugh
Well,
about that.
talk about jump cuts. Woo!
I know. So we will actually. My prediction is once we get on YouTube with video, instead of the cute little
It is
fake
cute. I'm glad you recognize the fact
fake
that it's cute,
audio thing, I think that was
right?
very nice. I think we're gonna get just gazillions of downloads.
It's not fake.
Yeah, it is. It's not an actual. It's a virtual, not an actual audio meter,
I think it is.
audiometer. No,
It
it's
might
not.
be. Oh, okay. I've never watched our YouTube channels.
Wow, but you post them there.
I don't know. I don't even post it. It's an
Oh,
automatic system.
an
It comes
auto
right out
post.
of our aggregator and goes up there.
That's funny.
Yeah. I pay for
Well,
that.
I look at you know what? I always feel guilty and so full confession, everybody. If you go to YouTube and watch this on video, that would be great. We'd love to see some more views.
Yeah, it'd
So
be
if
awesome.
you don't
And
mind,
comments.
go there and make comments and views, and it would be great. But
Like and subscribe. Smash that like button.
I usually go and there's no view at all. So I go and count as the first view as I'm listening to it. And then I press the like button and there's
Nice.
one like. So,
Yeah.
hey, there's one view and one like. That's me. And that's really all. Yeah. Sucks. Anyway, so listeners and viewers, if you would like to suffer through watching us, and honestly, if you don't want to watch us once you get there, you can watch
Listen.
Indy. He just stood up over here.
I just saw Indy. Yeah.
You can just turn away or just shut off your screen. That would help us get views, right?
Yeah.
Just
You
saying.
can actually play it through all of your Google audio system.
Or your gas, as we call it.
Yeah. I don't call it that at all.
You don't call
Never
it
have
gas.
No, I don't call it my gas. I have plenty of gas in other places.
Well, especially if you're eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. Wow.
That's not gas. I wouldn't trust that gas.
That's terrible.
Hey,
no,
that's
we just lost all the high school girls who were listening.
Well, I was going to say we just got demonetized on YouTube, but we're not even monetized, so I'm not worried about it.
Say, okay, take the penny back right now.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh well, it's
just
fun.
Wow.
Hey, we can do that after 130. How many episodes?
How many episodes can we monetize?
Yeah. No. How many episodes have we recorded?
100. This will be 112.
Oh,
Well,
112.
recorded. No, that there's fewer than that because we have a few that are repeats. So we have a few classic episodes that go up, but there have been 112 episodes.
And when you say classic, please, now that we're on video, do this. Would you
classic? I had my hands in my lap again.
I know, but you probably made the same finger movement on your lap. Anyway,
probably.
It wouldn't surprise me. So
wouldn't surprise me.
As I mentioned, and I wanted to go back to the Harley real quick. So it's on a dolly, and it's in the garage, and this is the first world problems. We only have room for in wintertime the Harley and 2 cars. So when I'm ready to pull the Harley out, the truck goes outside.
Nice.
So yeah, sorry. Hope you had a nice winter in the warm garage. And then I spun the Harley around and on the dolly, and it's there plugged in. Battery should be good at capacity, and maybe riding it. I don't know. Today is probably going to be chilly, but hopefully soon.
It's supposed to be rainy here today. It's still not. Well,
no?
It's typical Nashville. It's going to rain on Saturday. Weather people are the only people on earth paid to be wrong, period.
They're paid to be flexible. I think that's more what it is.
Well, have you seen most of them around here? They're not very flexible.
I haven't seen
Wow.
them. No, can't say that I have.
what was I going to say? I was going to make I was going to change the direction of the entire podcast. Can you believe it?
Please do.
It was a rabbit hole. Well, I've forgotten.
Again.
Oh, we were talking about trucks. So we had the conversation, I think it was the last episode, about the Gladiator versus the Wrangler. So you got me thinking over the weekend, and I started, and actually most of the week, I started shopping a little bit more. And so I have made the decision that if I'm going to spend that much money on some other vehicle, and it's not going to be a Mercedes, I'm going to get what I want, which means I'm going to get the color I want. I'm going to get the interior I want. I'm going to get the trim level I want.
Sounds like a new one to me.
It has to be a new one. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, is all new. So I started looking, and I can't find any Jeep dealer in 250 miles that has the Jeep Wrangler that I want. But
what's weird about it?
I have found, so I also try to look at dealer groups that I have something to do with, because I will. So I do have a dealer who has a CDJR store who does have
Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge,
and it's not CDJR anymore. They've changed it. It's something.
It's Stellantis or something like that.
Still going to call it CDJR.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still going to call it CDJR.
Correct. I'm with you.
Anyway, they have two, actually. They have two Gladiators that are spec'd out almost exactly the way I want it. The one that I actually am leaning towards, though, does not have the interior I want. It has cloth seats instead of leather seats. Which is a little bit disappointing, but it did bring me to do a lot of research, which was where I was going with all of this. That they have. So I've been looking at the I can't think of the name of it now.
Rubicon.
Yes, thank you. I've been looking at the Rubicon because it's a little bit more beefier. It pulls a little bit more. It's 4,000 pounds versus 4,500 pounds.
Yep. I've told people if I were to bet, you are a Rubicon man.
Yep, I'm a Rubicon man. Yep, but I'm not anymore. I caught you. I was getting it. I got it.
Yeah.
I am more of a Mojave fan.
Oh,
must have man. Mojave.
This sandwich is delicious. It needs Mojave.
Mojave.
Nice.
But the Mojave is basically a Rubicon, but it's built more for the highway. It's built more for speed, because on the desert you can pull
tires and
different. It's same tires, but different. I forgot what it was. Different differential, different gearing, and it just allows you. It allows you to go faster in low, 4-wheel drive low than you would be able to do. Not that I would be driving fast in a 4-wheel drive low, but it's as the example. It allows you to go faster in 4-wheel drive low than a Rubicon does.
So it's just geared differently.
It's geared differently. Yep, and it's actually stands a little bit taller, so it's got a little bit bigger lift
ground clearance
than the Rubicon.
Okay.
So all in all, it's like I said, it's basically a Rubicon, but it's built more for people that
more expensive or less expensive than the Rubicon.
About the same.
Oh, okay.
And it depends on where you go. So the ones I'm looking at, the Rubicon is more expensive than the Mojave because the Mojave doesn't have leather seats.
They should combine and make it a Rubahave.
Robbie Hoover.
No.
A Ruby Hoover? Ruby Hoover.
Sorry. No.
Whatever.
Ahave.
Ahave
Ruba.
Ahave Ruba.
Or Rubahave. Okay.
I like Rubahave. No.
Okay. So you are, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious? 10 is
give me another week.
10
is give me another week.
Not even interested.
No.
Give me another week.
I honestly, I'm probably not going to pull the trigger. If I'm going to do it, I'm not going to pull the trigger until September, maybe, simply because her lease is up in September.
Got it.
So that being said, she will likely change her car out 3 months before that, because every single OEM right now has a fantastic 3-month pull ahead.
Yep.
And we'll get her into a new car, and I'm going to figure out what she wants, because
Mm.
that will dictate what I end up getting, because it will
I bet
also dictate
she'd like a
budgeting.
Mercedes.
She doesn't like the Mercedes.
I know you told me that.
She has wanted one in the past, and then driving mine, she just doesn't like it. And the SUVs are very similar and she wants an SUV. We know that.
What does
So
she not like about it?
she doesn't like all the gadgets. It's
Okay.
just too much stuff. She
Gadgety.
wants something that's very simple. So we're looking at an Audi. She does like Audi. She's never driven one though.
Nice.
So we're going to look at the Audi. We're going to look at the new Pathfinder from Nissan, the new Rogue, because she thinks the Rogue that by looks, she doesn't know, but the looks, she thinks the Rogue might be too small, even though the Pathfinder might be too big. Actually, I take that back. No, she said the Pathfinder looks too big. She wants to look at a Murano. So she might look at a Murano.
My brother has, I think it's an A6 Audi, and what a beautiful car.
Oh, they're fantastic cars.
Just gorgeous.
They really, really are.
Really nice.
And because of that, she might actually look at a Volkswagen as well. Volkswagen and Audi are the same company, even though the SUVs look a lot different. The Volkswagen SUVs are a little bit more boxy, which she might like. So I don't know. Those are the three that she's kind of leaning towards right there. She doesn't like any of the domestics, so we're probably going to stay clear of that. With the exception of the Grand Cherokee. She does like the look of the Grand Cherokee, but I have a feeling they're going to change the body style soon, because it's getting pretty old. And I don't think she'll like the interior, because I don't like the interior of the Grand Cherokees.
Okay. What don't you like about the interior?
They're just, I don't know. They're just very cramped. I always feel very cramped when I'm inside of one. The seats are really thick and big, and they're almost like a recliner, like one of those big old recliners from the 90s.
It's the Grand Cherokee Lazy Boy version.
Exactly.
Lazy Boy Javi.
Yeah. So, but for me, I have been looking. So I'm pretty much narrowing it down between the Gladiator, probably, and also the Rams right now are still. Yeah, but I think that might be too big for me.
That is a big vehicle. It's a lot bigger than a Gladiator.
It is.
But they've got some great deals on the Rams, I've heard.
They do. And that's why I'm kind of leaning. I might even just say,
Is your garage big enough?
Yes. It's not wide. Again, that depends on what Jen ends up getting.
Sure.
Because if she gets a Volkswagen, yes, the garage will be bigger or big enough. But if she gets a Murano, then no, it won't be.
What we've learned is you can go in at sort of an angle.
That we can't, though.
Why not?
Well, first of all, we have stairs leading into the house from the garage, which she has to pull up onto, which is also where the dogs eat their food. So we have to be very careful. And like, I can't park on her side of the garage because my car is too low. I can't pull far enough in because of the stairs. Her bumper goes over the stairs.
The stairs are on the front of the garage, though, right? I mean, to the back of the garage, I should say.
Yeah.
Go in.
Exactly. So it's her front bumper goes over.
But why can't you then go at an angle to the side?
Because the door's on the side. We don't pull directly into the house, so it's not in front of the car.
It's a turnaround. I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Side load,
exactly.
Okay, cool.
And then my car is already up against the wall on the other side.
Got it.
Yeah, it's very narrow. It's a very narrow
ours is
garage.
too. So I understand what you're thinking. It was easy in our house before this one because it was a 3-car garage. But I had an F-150 for a while, and I just go in kind of not sideways, but kitty corner, and Lisa would do the same with hers. And we had a nice path down the middle and plenty of room for the bike over on the other side. And now it's exactly the same, except there's not that 3rd-car garage anymore. So the bike is up against the wall and toward the back. And anyway, we somehow managed to get all 3 of them.
And do you have a workbench out there at all?
I do not. I do have a, I did at the house. Do have one of those wire shelving units, and that's great for storage and just mostly bike crap, frankly.
Right.
But it helps, and we've gotten rid of a lot of stuff when you're not doing your own lawn maintenance and shoveling and stuff like that. I don't need to fit a snowblower or lawnmower or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
we have a lot of space in front. So I have shelves and I have a workbench and stuff like that. So that, even if that wasn't there, which it wasn't when we first bought the house, that doesn't make any difference in how we fit the cars in. But
yeah, understand.
But we would have space for a bike if I pulled one of those items out.
Well, you should probably.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'll probably kill myself in 5 minutes, and we wouldn't have a PoddiMouths podcast. I probably would. Honestly, no, you're right. Someone else would kill me.
You know what we could do? We could actually snip the video in half, and even if you died, I could continue, and we just play your part, and I just enter in different responses to things.
There you go. You just different pictures.
Sure, like that. Well, like you said with our liquor cabinet pictures.
There you go. Exactly.
Exactly. What would Nick say to this?
I want to finish this. We do have to get going because we're running to the end. We have to be more cognizant of our time now because I can't cut out as much.
I know.
But I do want to end with this because you had mentioned lawnmowers and stuff. So I think today, after we get off the podcast, before I go downstairs and start drinking heavily, I'm going to head to Home Depot and I am going to buy, I think, a new lawnmower. Because even though spring has sprung and I haven't heard my neighbors do their lawns yet. My backyard is really, really, the grass is, the weeds, because I don't have grass in my backyard, is really, really tall. And we have a difficult time mowing our lawn because it is
quite a slant, huh?
Quite a slant. So I think I'm going to go electric this time. I'm going to give that a shot with rear wheel drive.
How about a rider? You should get a rider.
We don't have room for a rider.
Oh, don't you?
And the lawn's too small. Yeah, in the garage we don't have room.
Yeah.
So it takes even with the push mower we have now, even though it's tough to get up and down the hill, and I've twisted my ankle a number of times, still only takes us about an hour to do the whole yard, front and back. So that's weed eating, that's mowing, that's dumping everything. So
well, cool. Keep us abreast of what you do for
I will. Hot chicken breasts.
For a electric, and that's just a plug in. It can go right next to your Tesla.
Exactly. Yeah. No, probably not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with what's the yellow? All the power tools. DeWalt. I'm going to go with a DeWalt, I think, because because that's pretty much all of my power tools now. Even though the battery's different, they have a lot of other lawn stuff that goes with that particular battery. So
so it's just a recharging battery essentially.
Yeah, it's a battery pod. You can put multiple batteries. I think it has a place for two.
How wide is the
it's 21 and a half.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. Most of the other ones are 22. So I can live with 5 extra inches.
Well, I'll say, stop it. It's too easy.
Sometimes I just want to set you up. You can make it a home run.
You did with the pen.
Knock the ball out of the park.
This one out there for our viewers and listeners to say, what would you have said to Nick? When he said, I could use
That's a new segment because we started doing the potty corner, but what would you have said to Nick?
What would you have said to Nick? I do like that.
Genius. That's the best way to start. Now that we have video, now that we're on YouTube, start leaving us comments, like, subscribe, smash that like button.
And stop that. And send this video, take a picture of yourself saying it to Nick.
Exactly. Oh, genius.
Well, genius if anybody does it.
They will. All of you will. All 5. I forgot my story. Save it for next week. The story I used our podcast as a sample because I knew the person that listened to, or the dealer I was talking to listened to the podcast.
Okay.
And they were talking about getting an audience on social media. Yeah. So anyway, it's a long story.
I don't know why, but when you started to say I used my podcast for, I thought you were going to say as a method to pick up girls.
I already have 2 of the best girls in the world.
You do have the best girls. And you could, can I just say this truthfully? I love you, but you could not do better.
Trust me. You will get no argument from me.
Nor could I. Let's be clear.
Yeah. Well, have you seen John? Well, you have seen John. Oh.
Wow.
All right, guys. We got to get going.
We're out of here.
Have a fantastic week, everybody. Head up to PoddiMouths.com. Check out the merch store. Yep. And then all of the social media. networks from there. You can also hit YouTube from there if you want to actually watch this video instead of just listen to it. I wonder if Bill's going to sit there and while he's walking, have his phone in front of him, walk and watch. Bill, if you do that, let us know.
I hope he
just don't. I hope so too. Yeah. That would not be good. Yeah. Anyway, we'll have to have him back on pretty soon. Man. Yeah, he is a friendly young man. Anyway, have a great week, everybody. We'll talk soon.
He has no. See ya.